I've had the Oura Ring for 2.5 months now. Now you may be thinking that's not long, but it's long enough to know quite a lot about the ring and how it's used and how I've used it to better really my life. Maybe you already have one on the way or are trying to decide whether to get one. I hope I can clear things up a bit in this video. I have the black ring, which you'll notice really doesn't look black, but that's just my opinion. And it is the heritage design, and that looks like this. As you may already know, the ring tracks everything: activity, sleep, heart rate, and much more. Even your body temperature at night, which I found slightly scary. So I'll take you through some of my results for as long as I've had it. I'll try to explain what each thing means as I go. Alright, this is the computer version of the app, of Oura's app. It shows a little more as in terms of trends. That's the really big difference between both of them. The mobile version is going to be really good for seeing what's happening on a daily basis. Alright, so we'll start on the dashboard. It has readiness, sleep, activity. Right now we're on the sleep one. As you can see, total sleep, lowest resting heart rate, which that's very high for me. Most likely because I had a hard workout yesterday. Here's the total amount of sleep I got. This doesn't include the time you were in bed. This is just actually asleep. Here's REM. Really, this is the mental rest you need. Deep sleep, this is going to be more physical rest you need. I hope I'm not completely butchering these sleep stages. Efficiency, this is going to be how well you stayed asleep throughout the night. Restfulness, this is going to be how much you woke up throughout the night. Latency, this is going to be how long it took you to fall asleep. So 14 minutes, that's not bad. I think below 5 means you're really tired and that's not good. Timing, that's going to say whether you did a good job of going to bed early and waking up on time. Sleep score, that's going to be your overall score of all these. Sleep stages, this is going to be just a visual rundown of what we saw up here. Heart rate, this is going to be how your heart rate fluctuated throughout the night. Body measurements, this is going to be your temperature deviation, whether your body was hotter or cooler throughout the night. Breaths per minute, respiratory rate, we all know that. Then when you go back up to the top here, you can go to readiness. It's going to take you to a whole different section. This is going to be how ready you are for the day. As you can see, my sleep wasn't good this previous night, so that's why that's red. If it's red, that usually means it isn't good, as you probably already can figure out. But resting heart rate was good. Temperature, that's going to be your temperature deviation and how well that was. Your recovery index, how well you recovered from yesterday. Previous night's sleep, as I just said. Your sleep balance. Previous day activity. Your activity balance. And then your readiness score, which is going to be the score it shows up here. Down here, we're going to go to heart rate variability throughout the night and how that's going to affect you today. Here's your resting heart rate again, as it was last night. Alright, and so that's readiness. Over here we'll have activity. Here's your calories burnt. Really, this is actually a terrible day for me. I've had this score up near 99 a few days, and then it's usually at around 95, 96 on average. But of course I run a ton. So here's inactive time, 4 hours and 47 minutes. That's how long you're not moving, of course. And this is whether it will tell you to move every hour, and this is how many alerts I got to move every hour today. Whether I met my daily targets, obviously over here I met my daily targets. Training frequency, I ran today, so that's going to be full. Training volume, ran today, it's going to be full. Recovery time shows 1%. That's because, once again, I run every day and the ring really hasn't got enough data over these 2.5 months to know that I'm going to be doing a lot more running than most. I usually run about 5 to 14 miles a day, so and that varies on intensity. The ring's still a little bit confused about that, which is also why I said up here this score gets up to around 99 sometimes. Then activity score 71%. Once again, that's up there. The intensity, this is going to show you how much you moved throughout the day. Of course, right here is going to be where I worked out. I don't really know what that is. I'm not going to act like I know what that is. Activity durations, inactive. I was inactive for 4 hours and 47 minutes. Low activity for 3 hours, etc., etc. 80 minutes. This was my run, shown right here. This is going to be the calorie burn, 19,061 steps, 14.5 miles, 1,445 calories, and then burning 3,567. That's it. There's 3 sections. Now that you have a grasp on what the ring can do, here are my observations about the ring that you wouldn't know unless you've had it. Overall, the ring is very comfortable. Most of the time, you won't even notice it is there. I also found that you need to keep on top of charging it. Once or twice, I went to bed when it was on low battery and it hasn't gotten my sleep results. Keep in mind, on next to no battery, it still does tell you how long you were in bed and gives you a readiness score. The battery lasts about a week. Make sure you charge it once a week. It charges wicked fast, if I might add, like full charge in less than an hour. The ring also has sometimes shown a gap in my heart rate tracking during sleep, which Oura says is because of sleeping on it wrong. This has happened a few times, but really is just a small part of your results, so it's not a huge deal. Another thing I found is that the ring can get scratched up if you use it while lifting or climbing around on rocks. This kind of sucks because you can't wear it doing these activities, and if you want it to stay looking good, climbing rocks is a no-no. However, as you've probably already noticed, mine is pretty scratched up already, and I've kind of learned to accept it. It's kind of my way of giving my ring tattoos, if that makes any sense. I will mention that performance still has not been an issue, and it still works great even when banged up. I've also found it to be a good conversation starter. Usually everyone who asks about it is surprised about what it can do. Weirdly enough, I'm in love with the charger for the ring. It's all metal, and you just set the ring on top to charge it. I just think it's cool. As for seeing my results each morning, I keep a spreadsheet where I put in most of my information I find important. That way I'm forced to see my results, and I highly recommend it. Overall, I see it as a huge investment in yourself, and you can't really go wrong. You'll notice patterns and stats about yourself that you would have never thought twice about prior. Yes, the price point may seem annoying to most, but come on, the results are priceless. I kind of seemed like a fanboy for the ring, but I was actually hesitant about getting one in the beginning, and decided to pull the trigger. I've now grown to like it and don't see a negative to having one. Anyways, I'm not here to force you to get one, but to inform you about my experience with one. I'll see you next time, and buy the ring if you like it.